So this is a progress video for 9659 Millridge Drive in Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna start here with the exterior. I gotta double check what the landscape budget is here, but these are plastic. They're just staked down. They're damaged. Probably just need to pull those up and throw some mulch down. Definitely gonna need to mulch these front flower beds, but we've got to get a brick repair person, brick mortar person out here to fix this stuff. Obviously, around every window here, there are significant mortar cracks. This is all from foundation work. These existed before the foundation work was done, but now we need to get this cleaned up. Kim's gonna check with Kevin about these two front sconces if he wants to replace them. But obviously, I mean, just really everywhere here on the exterior, there are big mortar cracks. So we definitely need to talk to Kevin about getting these cracks fixed. And honestly, this brick, you know, it's got yellow and green tints to it. It's just older. I really think that it needs to be painted in order to bring, you know, the life back to the exterior of this house. And to go along kind of with that same sentiment, I mean, this whole door casing needs to be recaulked, painted. The front door needs to be painted as well. The trim and soffit is the same color as this, so if we're gonna do an exterior paint job on the brick, we need to go ahead and get the gutters, the trim, the soffit, the fascia, the front door, the jamb surrounding it, all painted fresh. We have a broken window pane here on the exterior. Chris says he thinks it's from when the foundation work was done, when the new piers were put in here on the front. Obviously, we still have this whole leaning wall of brick here. This whole section's fallen down. We need to get this brick repaired. We probably need to get this brick painted. Big cracks here. Same thing on the other end down there. Kim's gonna look into buying two new light fixtures for these, although this is what's coming out of here, so I honestly haven't got a clue. Electrical is not my thing. But you can just kind of see, like, around the bottoms here, you know, it's green. It looks like it's got algae and stuff growing on it, so I think the best thing to do here is going to be to paint this. It's just going to give it so much life. Again, once we get this brick and stuff all fixed up, get the paint done, we need to throw down mulch in all these beds. Same thing over here, y'all. Got bricks falling off, cracks all around the windows on the front here. Also, we have this old electric socket out here. I don't know if it works. It looks pretty rusted. Doesn't even have a weatherproof flap. Probably need to replace that. And inside, kitchen cabinets are in. Countertops, we got the quote from Andy in yesterday for wet bar, kitchen, both guest baths and the master bathroom vanities. So the floors are in, looking good. Chris is gonna get sanded grout caulk for these spaces running up the sides of the fireplace. Something Chris and I talked about, we need to get like a stain pen or small sample size of, you know, this red mahogany or whatever, and touch up spaces like that in the corners of the beams where we took the paneling and stuff out. Talked to Chris as well. We're gonna get Jose to mask these corners off and pack these gaps with drywall mud, and then we're gonna just paint them to match. It's pretty much the same thing in every corner with these beams. We've just got these gaps. That one's not quite as bad. And again, same thing here. I'm gonna fill this with a sanded grout. Clean that up. So the cabinets are in. Still have to put the crown on them, but they look good. We already talked about this. He's gonna adjust some of these hinges and doors so that everything's lined up perfectly. So we've already talked about that. Jesse should be over here with the new interior doors. Chris is gonna start routing those. Jesse's gonna start on some touch-up paint because there's a lot of touch-up paint to do here. And we need to discuss using latex on trim without priming it, because and also just missing spots like this. This whole underside didn't get painted. Still need to put hardware on this exterior door. Joel, this is going to be a question for you. I don't know. This is a hollow core door right here. I don't know if it needs to be solid core or not. It leads out to the back patio and the pool area. Got some of these doors coming down right now. So we just have a lot of just funky paint touch up that needs to happen. Some new floors in the laundry room. They're looking good. Let's see, this is what I'm talking about here. These cabinets, these built-in cabinets all through the house, needed to have been primed before they were painted, and this is obviously just a single coat of latex here, and it's just peeling, and that's happening in all kinds of places. And then obviously with the humidity and these things being closed, we're getting all kinds of spots where the paint's just peeling up. You know, again, we've got to talk with our guys about the importance of knowing the kind of job that they're on. This is, you know, a $500,000 house versus a $200,000 house. Same thing, you know, there's just all these little chips in the paint. I know we've been working in here, so obviously we're gonna bump up against some stuff, but it doesn't even look like these things were primed before they were painted, and they were a very dark color, and you just can't do that. We sprayed all these things, but I mean, like, these little ridges in the paneling are still dark. We got all kinds of chips in the paint, so Jesse's got quite a bit of touch-up paint to do over here. All the new carpet is in. It looks really good. All the ceiling fixtures are in. See, like, this panel looks good, and these creases are all filled in, but still, you know, we've just got little spots that need to be caulked up and touched up. And probably just need to change this bulb out. It's super dim. So all the interior doors are getting pulled right now. And we need to caulk this up around this new trim around the back door, caulk it, pull that paper out of there and paint it. So this countertop's going to get replaced, sink and everything as well. But again, we're going to take these doors off. We're going to take these two vertical slats out. We're going to run a new piece of trim here for this gap that'll be there. And this will just be an open shelving concept. But again, you know, like this kind of stuff on the paint job needs to be fixed. And little stuff like that, it's just kind of all over, especially on the built-ins and doors. So I'm going to talk to Jesse about that. As you can see, they're really just all over. And like, to not have these bottom edges of these cabinet doors, because I'm pretty sure we pulled these cabinet doors off to put new hinges and hardware on them. So to not have these under edges of these doors painted, it's just really, really not excusable. See all the chips and the paint on these bathroom vanities. Need to paint. This windowsill needs to be painted to match. We need to, there's going to be touch-up paint. Actually, I think this whole thing is just primed right now, so it actually needs its first coat of paint. Stuff like the top of this brick looks like it's bleeding through. I don't know if we want to try and fill these cracks and stuff or what, but and it could just be, this could just be dirty, but it definitely needs to be cleaned up and taken a look at. For sure, this top needs to be caulked. These gaps need to be filled in. This needs to be primed and repainted because it's bleeding through in all kinds of places. These were all dark wood cabinets before, so we have to prime them. Have to. New floors are in for the bathrooms. We got them all covered up right now. And again, we just have chips, and you know, we need to think about, for these nicer houses, when we have cabinets and vanities that we're saving, built-ins and stuff, trim, everything like that, we really need to be using oil-based paint. Otherwise, we get stuff like this everywhere. Just every time these edges touch, they stick to each other. And with the humidity down here in Texas, it is definitely going to do that every time. I don't know if we want to replace that shelf or not. It's already been painted, and that's a pretty good score in there. Once we get the tub picked out, the new valve's already installed. We'll come in, we'll put the subway tile up around the surround and get the paint and texture finished up. That is it for my interior walk here, y'all.